Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to analyze the APTOS coin. APTOS coin is ranked 37th in terms of market cap. And the significant chart you're currently observing right now is indeed the APTOS chart. At its absolute all-time historical high, APTOS impressively reached up to a substantial $20, and conversely, at its absolute all-time historical low, the price dramatically dropped to a mere $3. Today we want to analyze and see where APTOS might go in the short term and what could possibly happen to APTOS in the coming week. We have to remember that trading is a game of probability, and anything can happen, whether up or down. Based on my assessment, APTOS is currently in a falling wedge pattern. If you look at this picture I've shown, you can clearly see a lot of similarity in this section. Usually in a falling wedge pattern, and based on my own analysis as well, the price tends to go up. But as I mentioned, there's about a 60 to 70% chance of that happening. There's also a 30 to 40% chance it won't happen. So how can we use the falling wedge pattern to find the next target? The way it works is that you take this section and draw a line down to the lowest point, which is here. And if you lift this part up when the trend line breaks, whether it happens in this area or this area, you can find the next target. That means in this area, APTOS might enter a new correction. So what might happen to APTOS based on the pattern it has is that it could break out here. A significant backtest on the established trend line occurred, followed by a substantial move upward towards this crucial long-term trend line. Consequently, within this specific area, it is quite possible that APTOS might encounter considerable resistance and get stuck for a period. Why might it get stuck? Because at the very same time, if we carefully draw the Fibonacci retracement levels here, we precisely have the significant 61.8% Fibonacci level. And in this specific area, usually experienced traders who are actively looking for short-term profit targets tend to take sell positions here and then exit their positions from APTOS. And based on the analysis I did on the weekly time frame, if you look at the RSI in the weekly time frame, you'll see that the RSI for APTOS is bullish and has held well at 35, not dropping below 35. And as long as it's up here above 35, it's still bullish. And if you look at the daily time frame, you'll see where APTOS is standing. When it filled the gap, the price touched this area once, went back up, touched it again, and in the next round, it might break this trend line and move upward. However, if APTOS were to unfortunately lose this crucial support level, its price could experience a very sharp and significant drop. It might even come down to a critical $3, potentially staying there for a brief period, then experiencing a slight bounce, and subsequently continuing its downward path toward a challenging $2. Its situation would get really bad when APTOS loses this support. We have another very interesting and significant structure here that I have carefully copied and adapted from the well-known Bitcoin charts. You can clearly observe that in this particular instance, which is also a classic example of a falling wedge pattern, the price action precisely touched the trend line once, then a second time, and finally a third time, confirming the pattern's validity. Similarly, here it touched once, twice, 3 times, and then broke upwards. This usually has a 60 to 70% chance of happening. And as I said, the next target for APTOS could be around $10. But in trading, nothing is ever 100% certain. You need to keep that in mind. That was the short-term video for APTOS. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And remember, this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. Until the next video, goodbye.